I'm going to be taking a break from the Camaro because I'm waiting for the wrap, and I'm going to be working on the Mach 1 Mustang interior. I am so excited because I finally bit the bullet. I called Crutchfield, I spoke to a lovely man by the name of Gil, and he walked me through everything that I need to get my Mach 1 Mustang set up to blow people's faces off with ear-melting, incredible sound. So to prepare for this, I'm going to be taking out the rear seats, the front seat, eventually the carpet, which I already have new carpet back there ready to go. So let's pull the car on and get started. Yahoo! Pet peeve of mine, you can't work on a filthy car. So setting this project up for success, obviously we've got to give it a quick wash, and it's filthy. I've actually been washing cars since I was about 4 years old. My dad made me and my sister wash cars every single weekend. So every single Saturday we had to wash all the cars that we owned. And we lived on a hill. So it was like up and down, walking up and down this long driveway to wash the car, and then he would just sit there screaming at us. You know, if we dropped the towel on the floor, he'd scream at us, you know, don't put it back in the bucket. He used to do the whole 2-bucket routine. And I think we got paid like $1, but the mental trauma from being screamed at the whole time. When I grew up, I refused to wash my car. I didn't wash a car of my own until maybe 2019. So the whole goal of this project is I'm redoing the whole interior of my Mach 1 Mustang. It started with me just wanting to update the audio, and then I thought, well, if I'm going to take the wires out and redo the wires and update the audio, I might as well put new carpet in. If I'm going to put new carpet in, I might as well put new headliner in. New headliner, new seats, and then I thought, do I really need the rear seats? So it's been like this rabbit hole of stuff that I can do, that I want to do, and now I've got this amazing interior in my head of what I envision, and the rear seats are not part of that vision. Everybody knows the rear seats in a Mustang are completely useless for the most part. You'd be surprised what you can fit back there, but anyways, so I'm doing a rear seat delete and removing all of those. I'm going to be switching out the front seats, so I'm doing away with the front passenger seat, and pretty straightforward. The front seats themselves are incredibly easy. There's these 4 bolts, I think they're 15mm, 2 on the front, 2 in the back. You just move the seat forward to get the back ones and backwards to get the front ones. There's these 2 plastic covers on the back seats that you have to like pop off, and I think really the hardest part of the front seat removal is just the fact that it's extremely awkward and heavy to take out of the car. And you know, with it being a fresh wrap on the outside, I was terrified that, you know, I'd accidentally scrape the side with the seat. That would be devastating. You know, I didn't, but I was cautious of the potential in scraping it. I always feel like I'm like carrying out like a dead body or someone asleep as I grab this seat. And these things are incredibly uncomfortable. I don't know if it's just because they're old, but they feel like just hard plastic at this point. I was originally gonna sell it, but hey, it ended up fitting really nicely in my neighbor's trash can. So I threw it away. But I will be getting rid of the front driver's side too if anybody wants it. no project would be complete without a friendly neighbor giving me their opinion, thoughts, and advice on what I'm doing with my car. Cheryl thinks my seats are fine, and she's right. I mean, they're fine, but we're not going for fine here.
Carpet too?
Yeah. No. It's I'm gonna do black carpet.
I think the seats are good, Nina.
They are good. They are good.
Well, you can probably sell them.
I'm gonna sell them for sure. They are good, but I don't want the rear seats.
Oh, you're gonna make that all speakers back there? That sounds like something John would do.
Yeah, you know us kids.
That is exactly what he would do.
Yeah, you know, no one's gonna ride back here.
The rear seats are interesting because there's a little clip under the seat, and it's a push button. So all you have to do is like push the little button and it pops off, and then the seats magically float out of the car with ease. Sadly, this was only the case for one of them. The other one I found was mutilated, so it wasn't as easy as it should have been. I ended up sticking a little wrench in between the seat and removing the quick release bracket by its two nuts instead of the magic button. But once that was relieved, this foam guy just kind of pops right out, and I add it to the pile. The seat behind me, that was a totally different animal. That was heavy, that was awkward, that was not super easy to take out. The first thing that you have to do is take out the top, this like plastic piece that sits where the speakers are. So that piece gets removed, and then the whole speaker covers get removed, and then there's just brackets and stuff everywhere. It's not a bad job, but the bolts are like seared on. While I was down there, I thought I'm never going to use these rear seats, so I'm going to remove all the seatbelt brackets and, you know, get rid of that junk so they're not like clanking around back there. Other than a updated sound system, I'm also going to be doing something very special with the headliner. I'll leave that for another video, but I'm so excited about it. It's going to be very time consuming, but it's going to be a thrilling adventure. Probably not, but the after, when it's done, it's going to be like mind-blowing. My head's going to explode. It's going to be so cool. So stay tuned for that to come. Anyways, now with the empty cavity, we're ready to start pulling up the carpet and, you know, figuring out the whole sound system thing. My plan of attack is to continue the disassembly, get the wires routed, get the brackets mounted, mount everything up, and then figure out how to wire it to the head unit. So let's talk about what exciting things that I got from Crutchfield that are coming up. Okay, so to power up the main amp, I got this 8-gauge amplifier wiring kit, and it was about $49.99. I got the Crutchfield reference 2-channel RCA patch cables, so these are to connect my amplifier, my subwoofer amplifier to my head unit. And then I got the 4-channel RCA patch cables to connect my main amp to my head unit. I got lots of speaker wire. This stuff is pretty affordable. It was really easy to work with too. I'm happy with it. It was 99 cents a foot. That seemed like the steal of the century. I got the 16 gauge for running the speakers from the front to the rear, and this was only 39 cents a foot. What a deal. I got these little quick slides. I have a bunch of them, but for $1.99 you can never have too many of them. And I do remove the plastic piece and I actually solder them just so I, you know, can sleep at night knowing that they're not going to wiggle free while I'm asleep. The Kicker 6x8 audio speakers are the ones that I'm putting in the front of the car in the lower door panels. The 4-channel amp that I got was, again, sticking with the Kicker brand for $183.96. Ouch. And then the mono subwoofer amplifier, another $159.96. And yeah, Kicker brand. I'm OCD like that. I like to, you know, stick with one brand. And then I got these little dome tweeters. So these little tweeters, there's some modification that needs to happen, but these are going in the upper front door panels by the side view mirrors. And I'm super stoked about this. The last time I bought a subwoofer, I was like, you know, 21 years old, I think, and, you know, I financed it at this audio place. It was for one of my first cars, and it made me feel so cool. So buying a new subwoofer, I don't know, it was fun. This is pretty cool. It's a downward firing, so I won't have to worry about the speakers being upwards and me accidentally puncturing them, which wouldn't happen anyways, but it's just a really clean look. I love it. I'm super stoked about this. And then for the rear deck, I've got these 5 1/4 speakers, again, the Kicker brand, and I'm so happy that I got these 5 1/4 size because it allowed me to mount the amp to fit the amp where the speakers are because they were a smaller, you know, diameter. It made more room. It was a great thing. That's it. Thank you so much for watching this, and we'll make more progress on this as we go. This is just the beginning, and the finished product, oh my gosh, I have it in my head. I can't wait to share it. Okay, bye.